Hi, it's me, Stanley, and today I am showing you the last 4 days of the first week of Inktober. I thought I would do a sort of review of the week and let you know how I found it. There were definitely days I really didn't want to draw. I couldn't be bothered. I put it off. I'd literally do other chores rather than draw because sometimes drawing in front of a camera feels very different to drawing when you're on your own and you're not filming it, because you can kind of do it at your own pace. You're not worrying about the light, because I use natural sunlight. You're not worrying about keeping it in frame and stuff like that. And as you can tell, or as you will see throughout a lot of these shots, my head gets in the shot, and it's really just a habit, because for some reason when I'm really concentrating on a drawing, I'll just put my face quite close to it, and it's not good for filming, so I apologise about that. But yeah, as I was saying, some days I really didn't want to do it, but there wasn't usually a point in the drawing where I was like, hey, this is actually alright, I'm enjoying this. So it's a mix of like forcing myself to do it and eventually enjoying it that made it fun in the end. And of course, drawing every day is really good practice. It's good discipline to force yourself to get yourself thinking about drawing every day, thinking of stuff to draw every day. And in the case of Inktober, it forces you to practice drawing with ink. One of the things that really helped with actually making sure I did it every day was doing the sketch the night before, because sometimes, especially if you have a day where you don't want to draw, you cannot think of anything, or you really struggle to think of stuff to draw because you're not in the mood to draw. You don't really care. So sketching the night before, which might be considered cheating, just basically meant that all I had to do the next day was ink it, which, you know, you could say that's the hardest part of the drawing, but for me personally, sketching, getting the foundation of the whole thing started is the hardest thing, because sketching in some ways can take the longest for me, depending on the detail, because I want to make sure everything is perfect, or how I want it to be. Kind of like, I sort of see sketching as like leaving notes for yourself later on, so you know how to do the rest of the piece. So making sure each sketch was how I wanted it to be the night before was really important in making sure that I actually did it the next day. With these skulls, I felt like they were maybe getting a bit repetitive along the way, so I did play a little bit with different plant types, and I also, with the second piece, the lemur skull, I played around with the tones of the leaves, and I'm not sure if it really worked. Personally, I don't like it that much, but I've had other people say they do, so it's just down to personal preference with that. But it was still something to experiment with, even if I personally am not a big fan of it. Out of the 4 pieces you see in this video, I'd say the crocodile is definitely the most challenging to do because of all the teeth and the detail and the fact that crocodile skulls are massive. But it was really fun. It was that kind of challenging where it's not so challenging that you don't want to do it. It's like challenging enough to make yourself feel good when you feel like you're happy with it. And now I definitely want to do more kind of things like that. Overall, from this first week, I feel like I'm getting better at pushing myself to draw even when I don't want to. I feel like I'm improving with watercolour and with ink, but for the following weeks I definitely want to make ink a more important component of what I draw. So at the minute I feel like, you know, fineliners do count as ink, but I've kind of taken the easy route and gone with something more comfortable with watercolour. So with the following weeks I'm definitely going to use ink more. I've bought some India ink to use as well as the acrylic ink I have, and I'm definitely going to use my Pentel brush pen as well. So yeah, that's my thoughts on how this first week of Inktober has gone so far. Honestly, I wasn't fully expecting to have been able to do it to get this far, but I am proud that I have, and I will keep pushing on for as long as I can. I hope you've enjoyed what I have created so far, and hopefully there is much more to come. If you have been drawing along with Inktober, I hope it's going well for you. I hope that you're still staying strong. But yeah, that's all I really have to say for now. I will let you get on with watching the video. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you, and see you next time.